6-1, I think.
7-2.
What is it?
7-2, top of the
All right. Oh, all right. Good evening, everybody. The Mets are up 7-2. I understand. And what inning is that, Councilman? Top of the ninth. Oh, we got a Phillies fan here. Exactly. So anyway, for all of you that are watching at home, good evening. Adequate notice of this meeting as required by the Open Public Meetings Act was provided through the posting, mailing, and filing of the annual notice of regularly scheduled meetings of the Town Council on December 12, 2023. The notice was on that date posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building, provided to the Westfield Leader and the Star Ledger, and filed with the clerk of the Town of Westfield. Ms. Losh, you may have a roll call.
Mayor Brindle?
Here.
Council members Havegood?
Here.
Dardia?
Here.
Domagala?
Here.
Kiefer?
Here.
Saunders?
Here.
Armento?
Here.
Contract?
Here.
Healy?
Here.
Please rise for the invocation given by Councilman Armento and remain standing for the salute.
We meet to serve our community, to use our resources wisely and well, to represent all members of our community fairly, and to make decisions that promote the common good. We recognize our responsibility to the past and the future, and the rights and needs of both individuals and community. As trusted servants, we seek support on our deliberations and on our efforts here today. May we act wisely and well.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So before we get into Jim's comments, we have a proclamation for ARC of Union County. And I'm going to invite Terry McGuckin up from ARC of Union County for that. So come on up. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we are celebrating and acknowledging the 75th anniversary, which is amazing, of ARC of Union County. Whereas in 1949, a group of inspired parents of children with disabilities founded the ARC of Union County, driven by their commitment of ensuring that their children had a place that would serve and advocate for them. And whereas for 75 years, the ARC of Union County has dedicated their efforts to enriching the lives of individuals of all ages and providing assistance to members of the community with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And whereas the ARC of Union County, a nonprofit organization, has continuously demonstrated their commitment to serving over 1,000 children and adults through comprehensive programs that include educational, residential, vocational, and recreational services that foster inclusivity, empowerment, and support for clients and their families throughout all stages of their lives. And whereas the ARC of Union County embodies a set of enduring values that include accountability, competence, affection, courtesy, flexibility, service, transparency, and professionalism, epitomizing the highest standards of integrity and compassion in its service to the community. And whereas the vision of the ARC of Union County is to have a socially just, accessible, and inclusive environment where human rights and diversity of all people with disabilities are recognized, respected, and celebrated for their achievements. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Shelley Brindle, on behalf of the Town Council and citizens of Westfield, join together in celebrating 75 years of the ARC of Union County and extend our deepest gratitude to their dedicated staff, volunteers, and supporters for their invaluable contributions to our community by enhancing the well-being and quality of life for individuals and families through their unwavering service and advocacy. So thank you and congratulations. And I do, in Westfield, I just want to say, we have an incredible partnership with ARC of Union County, and we are particularly proud of the residential communities and so forth that we've created in our town, and we look forward to continuing that partnership with you. So I don't know if you want to say anything. Are you good?
Just LGN.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, let's do a quick picture.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of quick updates. First, leaf collection. So leaf collection, normally we've been doing past few years, collection starting first week in November through mid-December with Saturdays being worked to get, speed up the collection process. This year we're going to make a slight change to the program. Leaves are falling earlier. We've had a very dry summer. So a couple things that people can expect. The brochures will be sent out early next week. It should hit houses hopefully by next week from this Saturday. And we're going to start collection 2 weeks earlier than normal. The first week will be the week of October 21st. And we've identified 6 areas in town, 3 on the north side, 3 on the south side, that already have heavy leaves down. And we want to try to get those up before any stormwater issues might be caused by them. So the week of the 21st of October will be heavy areas on both sides of town. We'll have information on our website about those areas, and then nixles will still be part of what we do, sending out nixles the night before, and so you know we were coming and you can get cars off the road. The week of the 28th of October, we'll begin our normal sequential pickup. We're going to start in zones 2 and in zone 7 this year. We normally start in 1 and 6. We're going to start in 2 and 7. We found over the years that the heavier volumes start in those areas, and then we'll have the sequence follow as usual, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 2 through 5, and then back to 1. So that will start the 28th, which is a week earlier. Other major change we're going to have this year is normally when leaf collection is over, we follow leaf collection with street sweepers and sweep the entire town. We're going to make a change. We're going to have street sweepers be with the leaf crews. So after every day or every other day, we'll sweep the areas we've just collected. We found over the years that when we have wet leaves particularly, even though we clean up, it's hard to get the wet leaves off the street, and it doesn't look like we've been there. So we want to make sure that we correct that problem. So lastly, with leaf collection, the free leaf bags will be given out again. We've received our shipment. So starting October 15th, we'll have leaf bags available at the center, and the center will be open to the public to drop off leaves also the 15th of October, which is really 3 weeks earlier than we normally do. So we're trying to, get leaves off the street as soon as possible. And again, reminder, if you're not signed up for Nixle, please sign up. Those alerts will go out to you to let you know where we're going to be the morning after the Nixle goes out, so you can move your cars and help our crews get things picked up. And I just want to thank Craig Gibson and Rich Eubanks from Public Works. This is same program we've had with some new changes, hopefully some enhancements, and they're eager to get it underway and they're excited about it. So so that's some changes on leaf collection. Recreation, just an update on some projects. The Tamaulipas Park tennis courts have been fully resurfaced, along with painting of new pickleball courts on some of those courts, allowing for more pickleball play than we had before with temporary nets. So thanks to Megan Schaefer and the Recreation Department to get that project finished. Memorial Park Playground is underway. We have about probably 2 to 3 weeks left of the installation of the, if you haven't been by there, take a look. It looks pretty amazing already in its unfinished state. But it's being very exciting. Hopefully by the end of this month, if not sooner, we'll have a brand new playground memorial, which is in a heavily used park, and a beautiful new playground there. And we'll get back to you on that, but that's moving along at a good pace. And lastly, we're actually expecting to take bids on our pool filtration replacement next week. So that's another big job. It has to be done over the winter, so it's done and finished by the time the season opens. So I know it's only October, but we're thinking about next summer already. So bids come in next week, and hopefully if they come in well, next council meeting, we expect to do an award of contract for the pool filtration bids, which is great. And lastly, just a couple things about paving. A lot of paving has been done this year, as everyone's seen around town. Just a reminder that Elizabethtown Gas had 49 roads they were going to touch, either full roads or sections of road, where they were required to come in and pave those sections after they did the utility work. As of today, 33 of those 49 roads have been completed. And in the later this month and early November, they're expecting to do 11 more roads. One of them is the grid we have of Rawway, a section of Rawway by West Broad to the high school, all of Waterson Street, and all of Trinity Place. We're expecting to get that done the first week of November, later in the week, when schools are scheduled to be closed for a holiday, so we don't disrupt the major traffic in those areas. And then the other grid we're expecting to do late October, early November as well, not we, but Elizabethtown Gas is expecting to do, is the area including Fair Acres, Harding, Salter, Forth, Marcellus, Castleman, St. Mark's, and Sherbrooke. That finishes up that whole grid. The first half of that grid that was worked on earlier this year, which included Coolidge, Sherman, Sherbrooke, some of those areas, Stevens, Cranford, that was all done, I guess, late spring, summer, and now we're going to finish up that grid this year. So they'll ultimately, Elizabethtown Gas was supposed to touch 49 roads and complete them. It looks like they'll probably end up having about 43 of those 49 roads done. 6 of them will be transferred to 2025 because they have not started the infrastructure work yet. And on the town side, we have 40 roads or sections of road that were supposed to actually get done this year. As of right now, 37 are completed. The last 3 that are out there, which is Clover, Francis Terrace, and a section of Elm Street from Dudley to Broad. Those are all state aid funded projects, and we can't really do much until the state gives us approval. So right now, we've submitted the documents to the state through the town engineer, and we're waiting for state approval, which will allow us to go out to bid, hire a contractor. So worst case, those 3 roads will be done in spring of 2025. And just want to say, Mike Bignell, our town engineer, this is really his first paving season with us. He started here almost a year ago, last November, as our full-time engineer, and he's really done a great job. He's realized how much work we do in town and how busy the town engineer can be, but credit to him and his staff for really being out there inspecting these jobs, not only town jobs, but also seeing how ETG is progressing and making sure they're coordinating. So a lot of roads to be done. Over 80 plus roads were actually touched or sections of road touched this year, which is pretty remarkable. So that's my update. I also just want to do a quick introduction. Where is he? Drew, oh, there he is. Drew Ertman is here just to give a little plug for his annual visit to the council, just to give a plug for the Race for Children. So I'll let Drew say a few words, and it'll be in my comments. Thanks.
Good evening. Thank you for letting me stop by. This is the 7th time that I've come over the last 7 years. I'm on the board. I've been in Westfield almost 50 years. I graduated Westfield High, class of 79. Proud resident of Westfield. I'm on the board of a nonprofit that raises money to pay for some of the psychological counseling and services that the kids need who come to the Union County Child Advocacy Center. I don't know if you know much about the Advocacy Center, but it's one of the crown jewels of Union County. It's a facility that's been around 30 years. It's located in Elizabeth, and all children who are suspected of physical or sexual abuse are brought to the center to get help. And the county helps children in all 21 municipalities in Union County, including Westfield. On average, the number of kids that come through the center over the course of a year could be 700-800. It spiked much higher than that during COVID. But we exist to pay for costs that the families can't come up with the money. So we do this race. It's in Warrenenko Park. It's on Sunday, October 20th. It's a 2-mile walk or a 5K run. We have great food, great music, and we always have some nice speakers to talk about the impact the center has and what it does to help the kids of Union County. So if you're free and can do it, I've never asked Jim how I could put the information maybe up on the town's website. Union County has advertised it, and we try our best to get the word out, but we could certainly use some help in letting people know about the 20th.
Just make sure that Jim has the flyer, and I'll put it in my mayor's update, which goes out weekly and has a lot of traction. We'll make sure we put it on our social media as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it. We're not a big nonprofit, but the money gets spent very
No,
well.
what a worthy cause. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Mr. Erdman, hold on. I was going to comment on the Child Advocacy Center. Before the Child Advocacy building on West Jersey Street in Elizabeth was put into place, young children had to go into the prosecutor's office, and it was kind of intimidating. That is to say, a child who was making a complaint or somehow a complaint got made about child abuse, sometimes sexual abuse, And so the prosecution office decided, let's see if we can put this Child Advocacy Center together, and it's been very successful. As a judge, I handle a lot of those cases. And I just want to point out that Mr. Erdman is one of, I think, 3 brothers. Am I right? And his mother was a secretary at the courthouse when I first started out practicing law. And Marianna Erdman was an angel. And she put 3 kids as a widow through college, the best colleges in the country. And she did this all while working for a really difficult judge, whose name I won't mention because he was from Westfield. Anyway, but she soldiered through and obviously raised a nice family.
Well, thank you very, very much for your service. Absolutely. Thank you for
Jen.
being here. And Terry, I just want to tell you, you're more than welcome to leave if you like. We won't be insulted, or you can stay here if you choose. Oh, for terrific. Yeah, that makes one of us. Okay, just thank you. Okay, I just had a few comments before we get into the agenda for tonight. I just do want to reiterate some comments I made on social media. I just think it's important that we acknowledge the importance and significance of October 7th and remember the nearly 1,200 people who were murdered on that day a year ago by the terrorist group Hamas. And I just want to say we continue to pray for the return of the hostages that are still held in captivity and for lasting peace and stability in the region. And I also want to take this date as an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that every resident in our community feels safe and protected, and reassure our Jewish friends and neighbors that anti-Semitism of any kind will not be tolerated. We must continue to come together as a community and reject bias in all of its forms, including any acts of hate towards our Jewish, Arab, Muslim, and Palestinian neighbors. And I just want to say on this very important week to our Jewish community, we wish you all a blessed Yom Kippur and an easy fast. On switching gears a little bit, there are some big developments happening downtown. It seems like every week there's new things to report. If any of you saw a hot dog riding around town last week, it was 1950s Originals. They opened their second location at 13 Elm Street, which is right across from Ferraro's. They have amazing hot dogs, fries. I heard best fries ever, and prices are great. So. And also, of course, many of us have heard about the opening of Maze, Coaching, and Cocktails in the train station. You can get reservations on the Resi app. They are in the midst of their soft opening and their full menu and operational hours to begin officially on Tuesday, October 15th. And there's lots of events. If you was just noticing, I was walking downtown tonight. Hats off to DPW. Between the sun and the ghost lights and everything else, downtown just looks, I said, very bewitching. Everything with Adams Fest, between Wicked Windows downtown. There's a great Bewitched selfie stop now on North Avenue. You can go and pose on a broomstick and get your, I'm sure we'd have lots of fun with that with me on there. Cast your vote in the upcoming Haunt Your House contest. And Family Fun Day, which is always really popular with bands and everything else, is going to be on October 20th on Quimby Street. And again, this year's art exhibit called Bewitched is Charles Adams and Other Incantations. It's opening this Friday, featuring original Charles Adams work. And that is going to be it's on Elm Street in the Nos Vinos location. They've taken that over for the month. And you can check everything on adamsfest.com. Also, the very, very popular Brightwood Park, the Jack-o'-lantern Trail and Trunk or Treat is going to be on October 26th. It seems to get bigger every year. Incredibly popular. The Recreation Department works in collaboration with Friends of Brightwood Park to bring this really amazing event. You do have to register, so make sure the details and registrations are available on the town website, so be sure and register in advance. And again, the police department, along with Recreation and the Optimist Club, hosting their very popular trick-or-treat Halloween event on October 27th. Cops and Goblins festivities from 12 to 2, open to everyone, Halloween parade, and that does require registration again on the police department website. And there's also something very important happening, and that is a big election on November 5th. I had gifts in the mail today. All 3 members of my family all got their vote by mail ballots in the mail today. So very exciting day, and I just want to tell everybody, if you get that yellow envelope in your mailbox, some people throw it away by accident thinking it's a practice ballot. It's the actual real thing, so look for those yellow envelopes. They went out starting this week. And it's still not too late. If you will be away on election day, or if you have a college student that's away, maybe living away from home, you can apply for a vote by mail application until Tuesday, October 29th. As long as they are postmarked or returned to a secure drop box, hopefully, in this case, we typically use the one on North Avenue, by 8 p.m. on election day, that vote will be counted. So you can go on the Union County Votes website. It's very thorough to find out how to apply for a mail-in ballot. There's also early voting, early in-person voting, which people have found to be very popular. It's over at Union County College. Everybody I know that's done it says it's great, it's easy, there has never been a long line. You can do that beginning Saturday, October 26th through Sunday, November 3rd. There are many sites in Union County, but Union County College in Cranford seems to be the one that is closer and most convenient for everyone here. And again, the general election, if you want to go that day, is on Tuesday, November 5th, and polls are open from 6 to 8 p.m. So all of that information, you can go to unioncountyvotes.com and find out everything you need to know, but please vote. And just on the agenda tonight, there's a resolution from Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee to provide support for a grant application to be submitted to by Union County to the NJTPA for traffic safety enhancements, which I think are long overdue at the intersection of Tuttle Parkway and North Avenue. I'll know it's a county-owned roadway, so this has to be something that's done by them. The town has long requested that the county analyze this intersection due to the number and type of accidents in recent years, and they have agreed it is a good candidate for a new traffic signal. Tonight's just the resolution allowing us to actually begin that process. We also have a resolution authorizing our annual agreement for our longstanding leaf collection shared services with the Township of Scotch Plains. And before we get to those items, I'll be making some mayoral appointments to fill the vacancies left by former Councilman Mackey, which include Vice Chair of the Code Review and Town Property Committee, Chair of the Public Works Committee, and Acting Mayor. So with that, we'll get to the agenda at hand. So for appointments, I propose the acting and alternate acting mayor appointments for the remainder of 2024. Acting Mayor, Councilwoman Linda Hapgood, alternate acting mayor, Michael Dardia. May I have a motion to accept these appointments?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Contract. Second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Armento. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried, and thank you to both of you for your agreeing to serve. And the council committees for the remainder of 2024 are the following. Finance Policy Committee, Linda Hapgood, Chair, David Contract, Vice Chair, Michael Domagala, and David Keeper. Code Review and Town Property Committee, David Contract, Chair, James Healy, Vice Chair, Mike Armento, and David Keeper. Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee, Michael Dardia, Chair, Linda Hapgood, Vice Chair, Michael Domagala, and Todd Saunders. Public Works Committee, James Healy, Chair, Michael Dardia, Vice Chair, Todd Saunders, and Michael Armento. And again, all of these will be reviewed once again in our reorg meeting in early January. So may I have a motion to approve the minutes for the Town Council Conference and regular meetings of September 24th, 2024?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Hapgood. Second? Second by Councilman Domagala. Any discussion? All in favor? Yes. Opposed? This motion is carried. Now it's time for open discussion by citizens. Anyone may come up to the microphone and speak to the council on any subject on which we have jurisdiction. Please state your name and address for the record, and please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Since I recognize everybody in here, I think it's safe to say, hearing none or no further comments, I close this portion of the meeting and move to bills and claims. Councilman Hapgood.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move bills and claims in the amount of $418,072.61.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Domagala. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, sorry. Usually they yell in the microphone. Oh, you do?
Councilman Hapgood is moving that we spend $418,072.61. It's a very precise number. And the reason I'm making this comment is, in last week, we've had virtually the whole administration of the New York City mayor get indicted or resign. There's a myth that all politicians are out to get something and they're dishonest. And this is living proof that that's completely a myth. This group of people have run for office for no salary and give up their nights and countless hours to serve the community. Regardless of which party they're on, the goal is, how can I help advance the community? And how can I make sure that the town administration is acting appropriately? And so this is down to the penny that every tiny expenditure has to be approved by essentially 9 watchdogs, which is what we are. We're sort of trustees, if you will. But if you think about it, we have more than 500 municipalities in New Jersey. You have at least 300, if not more, boards of education. All of those people serve for nothing. Some of the public officials, elected officials in some of the other municipalities do get paid. Westfield has kept the tradition of not being paid, and it seems to work because we got people running against each other like there was no tomorrow. But I understand how hard it is to run for public office, and I commend anybody that does it. We used to have 2-year terms, by the way, and now it's 4, thank God, so you don't have to run again if you don't want to. And then because it was 2-year terms, virtually nobody served more than 2 terms. They'd run once and said, okay, I got reelected, okay, and done. So this was proposed by Rich Bagger in the middle of the night, I might add. And he made it so that he was a state senator at the time. He made it so that it would be on the off-year elections, meaning non the presidential years. Anyway, I just want to say those things because now that I've re-entered formal politics on the legislative side, people say, oh, all politics are crooked. How can you do that? And it's just totally false. My experience for more than a decade on this council showed me, Republican, Democrat, every single one of those people, and I could go through all the mayors that I served with, and every single one of them was an upstanding, decent person that I'd call a friend. Thank you.
Thank you for that. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Next on the agenda is reports of standing committees, beginning with the Finance Policy Committee. Councilman Hapgood.
Thank you again, Mayor. I have 4 resolutions I'd like to move as a package. The first, a resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for dog licenses for September 2024. Second, a resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for the Recreation Department refunds. Third, a resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant to the Treasurer, State of New Jersey, for marriage civil union licenses fees. And fourth, a resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant to replenish the bulk mail permit.
May I have a second? Second by Councilman Contract. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion has carried. Councilman Dardia, please move the Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee resolution.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to move a resolution supporting a grant application by Union County for improvements to the intersection of North Avenue and Tuttle Parkway.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hapgood. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion has carried. Next is Public Works Committee. Councilman Healy.
I'm going to move a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign an interlocal agreement for leaf collection service with the Township of Scotch Plains.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Armento. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
By Councilman Dardia, second? Second. Seconded by Council Contract. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Look at that.